sincere and sensitive and secure. He says that the two things he notices first on a woman are her fingernails and her legs. He claims that he knows just who to go to for dating advice. Please welcome Erwin Rosenberg. Hi, Erwin. I'm fine, thanks. Have a seat. Well, I had a hard time getting this out, but who do you go to for dating advice?
Well, I go to my grandfather. See, he's a pretty wise old man.
Yeah, sometimes those guys know the stuff, don't they?
Yeah, well, he's my best friend.
Is he?
And he told me once that you should always send women flowers.
It's a good idea.
And so if I ever get married in his lifetime, I'll probably have him as my best man.
Good. Well, that'd be nice. Yeah. Give me a description of your ideal pair of legs on a woman. You said that's a big deal for you?
Well, I like a woman with legs like a racehorse. They got to be firm, they have to be strong, and they got to have no flab, no cellulite. Can't stand tree trunks, Chuck. Okay. No tree trunks.
Now, do you keep the same criteria for yourself?
Well,
obviously you noticed, huh? Well, no, but I mean, it's kind of only fair, isn't it? If you're going to look for somebody, then what if they're looking at you in the same way?
Chuck.
Oh, that's right. Well, what if they're shooting high at the same time? They might miss you.
Well.
And take a look at the tapes that Erwin saw. Remember, you're going to vote again. Here we go. First, there's Barbara. Her interests range from reading the classics to working on her car, and she claims that her brother gives her the best dating advice. And here's a question that Barbara asked him recently.
How do you know which guys are kind of slimy, and who would you want to go out with? And he said, basically, if you go out, the guy in the sweater is probably the nicest guy in the bar, and it's true. It's the strangest thing. You kind of regular sweater, maybe they're wearing a pair of jeans or something, but they're not, they're not wearing the shirt all unbuttoned and the gold chains and everything.
Next, there's Toyetta, and she's raised in Wapakoneta. No. Now, is that true? Wapakoneta, Ohio? I can't believe it. Dates about twice a month. She's looking for a man who tans easily. And here's why she tries to avoid skinny men.
I'm tall, and I'm large frame. And I don't like I can't see myself with a real skinny man. He has to have some meat on him. And that's what I like.
That's me.
This is good. Finally, Chelsea describes herself as fairly attractive, semi-blonde. She says that she can tell things are going downhill when her date starts to look at ugly women. And she claims that a lot of men find her unapproachable, and here's why.
They look at me as if I'm the California girl, and that they're nice to look at, but they're not as easy to touch. And so when I do go on a date and they do start, obviously they're interested, they still ask my permission to give me a kiss. And I kind of have to keep from laughing. I'm sure, it's okay.
All right. Those are the three women Erwin had to choose from. Time for you to make your choice. Who do you think's the best lady for him? All right. Audience has made its choice. Erwin's going to tell us who he picked. Who'd you pick?
I picked Chelsea.
You picked Chelsea. Now, we're out of time, so we're going to find out everything that happened on Erwin's date tomorrow. That's our show for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with Erwin and more singles trying to make a love connection. Until then, I hope all your dates are good ones. Bye-bye, everybody.
If you would like to be on Love Connection, please phone 213-659-6210. Now we're accepting ages 21 or over. Call now. Chuck Woolery's Wardrobe, furnished by Lacrosse, a division of Warren Sewell Clothing Company. This is Johnny
Bert Convy hosts TV's hottest game show, Win, Lose, or Draw, next.
Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology. Where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here is our host, Chuck Woolery.
All right, thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you all here. A nice big audience here today. Yeah. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. His interests include politics and charity work. Dates about twice a week, but he thinks that making one small change would probably help his social life a lot. Please welcome Erwin Rosenberg. Hi, Erwin. Nice to see you again. Have a seat. So you have a small change that would help your social life a lot. What's that?
Well, a little change. Going around with the name of Irwin is not the easiest one.
Irwin?
The first thing when you call a woman up or you meet a woman and you say, my name's Irwin, the first thing they think of is these black rimmed glasses, a little pocket protector, and hush puppy shoes and plaid pants. So when you slide up to this woman and say, hi, my name's John or Mike, works out great. You walk up and say, hi, I'm Irwin. First thing that goes through their mind, exactly those black rimmed glasses.
I got you. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Going to bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday. We showed the audience Irwin's 3 choices. They voted on which one they thought would be best for him. Going to take a look at all 3 and catch you up. First, there's Barbara. Barbara claims that her brother gives her the best dating advice. And Toyetta, she's looking for a man who tans easily. Chelsea describes herself as fairly attractive and semi-blonde. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get that a little later. Irwin's going to remind us who he chose.
Chelsea.
Chose Chelsea. There she is. She's backstage. Say hello to Chelsea Kramer. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chuck.
How are you?
Good.
Just make yourself at home back there, okay?
Thanks.
All right. Well, let's go, Irwin. Tell me about the date.
Well, I called Chelsea during the week. We talked a couple of times and it seemed like she was a real nice girl. So the day before, on Friday, I sent her some roses just saying I'm looking forward to our date.
Well, that's nice. Now, what did you think of Irwin on the phone? Did the name bother you at all? I am Irwin.
Well, yeah, once he, when he first...
Did it really?
When he first said it, I thought, uh-oh, I'm going to be going out with some big nerd or something. And, you know, we talked quite a bit during the week, and he talked a lot about himself. He went on and on about, you know, how wonderful he was, and he told me that he had no problem getting dates and that he was tall, dark, and handsome. And I thought I should be the one who'd be the judge of that.
So, but you decided to go on the date.
Well, yeah, like he said, he sent me some nice flowers, and he said he had a nice car with a car phone, so I thought maybe it could turn out good.
So between the flowers and the car phone, you're in like Flynn. Now, what happens next?
So then I got down to her place, and she opened up the door, and she was no raving beauty. She was okay. You know, but she looked okay. I mean, she could have worn a different dress, or she could have done her hair up a little bit.
Thanks a lot.
Now, what did you think of Irwin in person?
Well, when I first... You know, here I'm expecting somebody tall, dark, and handsome. I got dark. The tall and handsome, as far as I was concerned, was not there. I could not believe that I was going to have to spend the evening with this person.
Really? Well, now you guys are real thrilled with each other.
We're getting along great, can you tell?
So what happens?
So she invites me in, and considering running late, I'd made some nice reservations down at Hotel Laguna in Laguna Beach.
Right.
Went through a lot of trouble to make it real nice, what have you. She didn't seem like she really liked it. I'd ordered a nice bottle of wine. She didn't like that. I think we'd have been better off if we went to a truck stop, to be honest with you.
Well, I guess you try the best you can. So then what
Tried
happens?
my best.
What happens then?
Well, we had dinner, and I didn't think that was ever going to end. Finally, that ended. We didn't have any
You
conversation.
had no conversation at all?
We had
What do you remember about it? Do you remember any conversation, Chelsea?
Yeah, on his part, he talked the whole night through. He kept telling me about all these women that used to be in love with him, and it sounded like I should fall into that category off the bat.
Is that right?
I don't think that was exactly the way the conversation
I
went,
do
but we
think
talked
so.
quite a bit. And I did, Chuck, actually.
Did you dominate the conversation?
Well, if she
Yes.
had something to say, maybe there would have been a two-way conversation.
No, he would ask me, you know, he'd ask me a question, and I'd start with one little sentence, and all of a sudden, he was back in with himself again.
Well, now what
So
happened?
dinner ended, thank God.
Goodness.
Mutual
We agreed
consent.
on something. And we took a little walk on the beach, and
Why?
we both
I have
decided
no
we
idea.
didn't.
Why you have no idea?
So
Well, why did you, Chelsea?
Well, I think we were trying to figure out, his friends had told him someplace to go listen to music. So we were walking along, you know, looking around for these places that we never did find.
I see.
Well, actually, we got there, and she decided she didn't want to go in. So we decided to go back to her place. We got back to her place. She invited me in. We talked for a little bit. No handshake, no nothing, no thank you. And I was just, all I wanted to do was get out of there. So I
All
was
I
gone.
wanted him to do was to leave.
Well, let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you. Sometimes they know best. In this case, however,
Definitely not.
Chelsea, 48%. Yeah.
They thought you were perfect, Chelsea.
Oh, well, I guess not for him.
Yeah, I'm sorry things didn't work out.
Well, it was
maybe
fun.
Maybe we'll see you again under better circumstances,
I hope so.
hopefully. Yeah, me too. And Erwin, we tried.
You
Sorry,
tried,
it
Joe.
doesn't work always, but thank you for coming on the show.
It was my pleasure.
We appreciate it. We're going to come back with another couple right after this. Stay with us.